Yo guys, how's it going? It's your boy Arctic Phoenix. Today's video we are back in Genshin Impact with another character review, and today we are going over Jean. This is an Anemo character, and it's a 5-star, and it's the second 5-star I got. So I've got Chi-Chi and Jean. These are the two 5-stars that I got. But yeah, so Jean is basically classified as a healing character, although like she's not necessarily as consistent as some of the other she's mainly a healing slash DPS character. If you are a fan of big DPS, and also big other things, well, then you will definitely be a fan of this character. For her base stats at level 60, she's about at 500 on attack and defense. Pretty good compared to some other characters like mainly DPS characters. This is about the same as some of those, even the 4-star characters. I basically stacked a bunch into attack, which really helps you out because all of her healing is scaled off of her attack. Good to know. And then I have some into healing right here, max HP up here. Also, you do want a pretty good amount of elemental mastery if you can afford it, because she is an Anemo character, and swirling does a good amount of damage. Okay, starting off with the talents. So basically she uses the normal sword. It's not the claymore, which it would be as hilariously overpowered if she used the claymore, based on this character's like abilities and whatnot, because you'd be dealing a lot more damage, and you'd probably have higher attack too. But this basically, the only unique thing about this is that the charge attack actually can suspend enemies in the air, which is pretty good. Second ability, Gale Blade. Now this one, you can basically hold it and it consumes stamina, and when you do that, you can actually move targets around, you can aim them certain directions, and this will push enemies back. It's all around pretty good for like swapping to, because then you can kind of group large enemies together. Like you can spin around really fast, group them all up together, and then just launch in one direction, rush in with like Razor, for example, and use his AoE attack and damage them all, and you don't even really have to worry about grouping them up or them coming naturally to you, and it just overall helps you out quite a bit. Her elemental burst is actually a healing kind of pool, so this basically will cast like a small little field around you, and it will embed you with like Anemo damage, so this will actually cause like swirls while you activate Anemo stuff, and also other elements too. So this is like her, in my opinion, subpar healing kind of ability, because its normal attacks have 50% chance to regenerate HP, equal to 50% of the attack. I wish this was actually like 20% or like 30%. That would actually be a lot better. Or if it was even just like, if it was like a lower percent chance of a heal, but like a higher heal, that would be fine in my opinion. Or like if they had it to where like at the end of the combo, like you would get healing, that would be fine too, because then if you need healing, you could still swap to this character, I guess. Although that would tank your like swapping capabilities a bit. I haven't ascended her yet, but her passive ability right here is using Dandelion Breeze, which is the elemental burst. It actually replenishes 20% of its energy, so you're going to be getting that a lot faster. So for example, this uses like 80 energy, so you have to collect like 80 particles, I'm pretty sure, which can be a pain if you don't have a high ability energy regen, which is another good thing to run on her, because you want to have this field up as much as possible, and it's a pain to have to swap to her and like play only on her for like quite a bit just to get that. As for artifacts, basically I've got this one that scales up my attack by a whole 46%, which is really good. This also has stuff like crit rate, which is nice because critting definitely helps your DPS out a bunch. This also has ability energy recharge, which is nice, and it also boosts my crit damage. Also, this set does give you 80 elemental mastery, which is pretty good on any of these. This one is just way better than like the instructor sets, so that's why I swapped to using this. For this feather, I've got energy recharge, attack, that kind of stuff. I also have the Sojourner set, which increases your attack by 18%. And then I have attack 34% on here, and then attack and energy recharge on some of these other ones. I also do have a Berserker mask that I need to upgrade a bit more, but this is also going to end up boosting my attack some more. Although I would like some other sort of piece that might actually boost, like ability energy recharge. That would be nice. But this does have some energy recharge and crit rate, crit damage, that kind of stuff. Okay, now for the Constellations. So basically some of these increases the pulling speed after holding for more than a second, and you increase the damage dealt by 40% after you hold it for a second, which actually would be really good, because then you actually have more of a reason to gather up some of the enemies, and plus you're going to be doing more damage to them. Second Constellation, actually whenever you pick up orbs and that kind of stuff, you're going to be boosting your whole team's attack speed and movement speed for 15 seconds, which actually is really good because attack speed basically determines your DPS, and if you switch to someone like Razor after picking up a few orbs from her or placing down your field, you will be able to definitely stack that attack speed and get, like, I believe Razor, once I get him to his next ascension, will have like 30% attack speed with his super, and this will actually get him up to like 45%, which actually is a pretty big step. This fourth Constellation, it's when enemies go inside of your damaging Dandelion Breeze area, they get Anemo's resistance decreased by 40%, which is pretty good because that is actually going to increase your swirl effects also. And then this final one, it's incoming damage is decreased by 35% within the field created by Dandelion Breeze, which could be pretty good later on. And then leaving the Dandelion field, the effect lasts for 3 attacks or 10 seconds, which is pretty good because sometimes you have to go out of the field, like especially if you do use her like first ability, you will definitely shoot some of the enemies out of the field, which is undesirable, I guess, so you're better off just switching to other characters. But that's basically it for the character. I have her in my party along with Razor, Youngling, and Ningguang. And it works pretty good because I've got my main DPS, Razor. He basically has all sorts of artifacts that give him a bunch of attack damage in terms of out on the field DPS. And then Jean, I have a high attack so I can get a lot of healing when I actually do swap to her and use her Anemo damage. Youngling, I have her because her talents are pretty good, like her Pyronado is definitely good to have. This helps you out with a lot of elemental attacks. And then I have Ning because you can create some shields and whatnot. So probably the most annoying part about ascending Jean is that you need these like little flowers right here, which is fine, but like they're just a little bit annoying to find and pick up.
風の神よ、我らを導きたまえ。無駄な努力をさよ